Hello all. In this video, we are going to discuss about a general overview of AI. Okay, a lot of you guys might be having a question: what AI is actually, right? What is the AI, right? What are the applications? What are the features of AI? Okay, so what are the characteristics of AI? So I have discussed many topics inside AI. What are the different cases and how perceptron, how to create a neural network, how to work with a complex convolutional network, right? But in this video I want everyone to understand what AI is. Okay, it's a very basic understanding about AI, how AI will help in any of the businesses, how AI will help your career to contribute to the to some of the businesses, right, at some of the practical use cases in the work. Okay, so AI, I have been talking about the history of AI. Okay, it's been a long journey for AI. Okay, started as a hypothetical situation to the most important technology today, the most disruptive technology today. Okay, it consists of five most disruptive technologies, right? The computer vision, deep learning, reinforcement learning, natural language processing, robotic automation. Okay, AI is a rapidly advancing technology and it has a potential to change the world, the way human interacts with the digital world. Okay, so AI is a journey. Actually, it's a learning path where you can think about how these technologies can help. Okay, it's a basic definition of AI. It is all about, to make it a simple one to understand. Anything you build to mimic the human behavior. Okay, you could use different techniques, different tools, but ultimate objective here is, if you can solve a problem, if you can bring some intelligence into a device, that is what is called AI. Okay, so there are three main applications. Okay, there are three main applications we can categorize, right? So where AI is being used. So one is optimize business process. Okay, what do you mean by that, right? So when you want to optimize a business process, right, so many companies today, they look for automation. Okay, their processes, their flows, or the steps they perform for a certain task. Okay, how can we optimize? So how can we optimize to save some time? Okay, to make some efficient work processes, right? Saving time is again a saving cost, right? So we can use a q learning, a deep q learning, to optimize the flow, right? So one of the example, it could be, we can use optimizing the flow in e-commerce business, optimizing the flow in the logistic business, right? So we can think about different cases as per your business need, right? How you can optimize certain things, right? So minimizing cost. Okay, many times, how we can think about optimizing your business value creation, or some system or processes to optimize the cost, right? For example, if I'm talking about a banking system where there are bank managers who approve the loan. Okay, so they get hundreds of, or maybe tens of thousands or tens of hundreds of applications every day, right? So now that, okay, there are different branches, different people, different sitting at different location, and hundreds of loan they are processing every day, right? Suppose if a particular bank has automated loan approval system, right, basis of on similar applications, okay, which loan was approved earlier and loan was rejected earlier, so we can have the data which has these characteristics, and we open a web or a web interface, or a online application for the customers, so that your system will get the data, and basis on data you can make a prediction, or you can make a machine learning algorithm to approve the loan automatically. So you can save tens of managers time to spend on loan approval, manually looking at the application, right? So that's how we can minimize the cost for a business, right? So those people or those managers can work something on different innovative thing. right? So yes, it may not be 100%, but at least even if I think about a 90% of the accuracy, if 90% loans are getting automated, so 10% I can have 1/10 human resource required for the same task, isn't it? So think about chatbots, think about computer vision. So these are some of the applications where how you can minimize the cost, right? So, and the maximizing revenues, right? Revenue maximizing means we can maximize the cost, sorry, revenue for by upselling the products or cross selling the products. We can apply techniques, different different techniques and algorithms to to increase the revenue for any business, right? So there are some examples, right? So one of the example would be computer vision. Computer vision is a field of AI, okay, which is used to interpret and understand the visual world. Okay, we are giving vision to the machine, in short, right? So we have cameras, we have barcode scanners, Facebook tagging, right? So all these are some of the applications you might have come across, right? So computers can do faster and with a higher accuracy, guys, right? Just imagine if I want to watch vehicles coming in and out in a company or on a particular road, right? So it's really difficult task to keep track of each of the vehicle, right? So keeping a note of numbers of a vehicle, right? There are hundreds of vehicles per hour, right? So I need maybe 4 to 5 people who will watch and note down the numbers. So it's a tedious task. It is not that intelligent work as such, right? If you think about, okay. So if I have 5 people, right? So still the work is quite slow, right? And there are chances that people might make mistakes. Okay, someone might be sick, so someone may not come on a particular day, right? And we have to end up paying 5 people's salary, right? So whereas if I keep a camera, if I keep a machine there, right, machine can do with a very high accuracy and precision, right? So we can show the images and it will keep on reading, it will do the same task 24 by 7, right? So that's how machine can help, or a system which is having some intelligence can help businesses to optimize their revenue models. Okay, there are so many examples in computer vision. We have object detection, we have object tracking, image generation, age detection, or face detection, right? So mass detection, helmet detection. So there's so many, right? You might come across some of these applications, right? So in Python we can write programs to achieve this, right? So another application could be there are so many companies, right, that look for optimizing, or optimizing their processes, optimizing their manufacturing plants. So one of the case I was reading through was Bharat Light and Power, that is BPL. It's a renewable energy generation plant, power company, right? So they used to have a regular monitoring system, okay, for their turbines. Those are installed on the remote locations, right? And one fine day they observed a fire on the one of the turbine, right? And that was a peak season, right? So just imagine one of the turbine is failed, and during the peak season, right, there is a loss in the revenue directly, right? So instead of a plain vanilla monitoring system, right, now they have implemented a machine learning based algorithms for healthy conditions of the devices, or the of the turbines, and they can predict the failures, they can identify the anomalies, right? They look at the good conditions, healthy conditions, right? And they consider the differences in the in the various factors. The data is generated from the machines or the sensors, right? So this all could be automated, right? So we have a technological in evolution, right? So we can actually make that maintenance a predictive maintenance, right? Where at least if we can't save the failure, but we can at least plan our failures, right? So that's one of the case. And another case would be, right, if you look at this case, right, the application here, right. So I'll take you through one of the blog, okay, which they talk about is uh, you know deep learning's deep minds team, okay, who have worked on AlphaGo and chess game, right, how the AI enabled chess game can defeat the world champion, right. So those people have worked on reducing the Google's data center cooling bill, right, by 40%. That's a great achievement, right, because if you look at the computers, the machines, right, so every time we have been thinking a lot about energy saving, right, how we can have our systems with a very efficient way of consuming energy, right. So they thought about reducing their bill. And you can see here, so if they switch on the machine learning control, right, the usage or the energy consumption has gone down significantly, right. Now you see, the moment they switch off the AI enabled control, right, again the bill amount, or the you can see that the energy consumption is going up. Okay, so there are people who worked around the clock for achieving this kind of uh, various achievements in using artificial intelligence, right. So this is another very useful case. Like, there are so many case studies if you want to discuss about, right. So there are self-driving cars on the road. Okay, you might have heard about, I mean, this is the time where it's a big time for testing, and a lot of companies are coming up with self-driving cars. Okay, it was just a thought earlier, few 5 years ago maybe, right, but now it is a reality. We can see the cars being tested, right. Siri is the application, you understand, right. So how it responds to the human speech, right. So Siri or Alexa, these are some of the devices, again, applications of AI. So Amazon's recommendation engine or Netflix's recommendation engine, okay, these are again the applications developed using machine learning and deep learning concepts, right. So speed and number plate recognition, right. So again, this is a very similar example what we have just spoke about using computer vision. Okay, how efficiently we can make machine work across the clock, around the clock, and apply the intelligence on the system, and monitor this kind of vehicles, right. So it works on deep learning as well. So computer vision and deep learning together, we call it a convolutional neural network. Okay, so we can show ample images for learning, and we make machine to learn about the images, so that for the next image or for the next vehicle or whatever image we show, right, machine will be in a position to predict, right. So just think about detecting a particular image, or a garbage detector, right. So we can have so many simple applications for day to day life, and how we can improve day to day life with the help of AI. Okay, so this is not limited to only a few of these applications what I'm talking. So we can think about healthcare, medical history. We can have reports. We can have scans, and we can make some predictions about a decision or about the health conditions of a patient. Right. This saves doctors time. This saves well indications. This improves the human health conditions, right. So Google search, again, this is an application of AI and data science. So you see that the data what Google gets is tremendous data, right. So even if we never heard about, let's say, COVID, first thing is the Google might hear, because that's where the person, when he found some symptoms, people put in Google instead of even talking to doctor, right. So that's how efficient, or that's how super fast data it will get exposed to Google, right. So that's how we can have some predictions. So that's a new era of predictive analysis, right. So we can have targeting target based efforts we can put, target based customer, we can target few of the customers for marketing, for retail purchasing behaviors of the customers, for the loans, these all applications, these are used to improve the lifestyle of the people, right? And have the ability to analyze the data and provide the relief, provide the credit, provide the facilities, and how we can actually optimize the way we live today. Okay, so there's a future, we can say, detecting a crime before that actually happens, right? So there are situations, right, using a computer vision. Again, I know we will discuss more when we talk about computer vision, right? How a system can detect the crime if something is going to happen, right? Before it actually happens, right? So it increases the efficiency in healthcare. Okay, machines checks your eyes, machines checks your heart functioning, right? So you have your machines to do a lot of things right now. If you add up a prediction on that, if you add up some intelligence on those machines, right? So that's where the efficiency can increase, right? A doctor can look at more patients in a less amount of time, right? So again, some different domain, different businesses. For example, if you talk about marketing, so there's a better marketing techniques you can apply using AI enabled systems. There's a smart manufacturing, right? So every businesses, they want to have their smart manufacturing, smart plants, right? So automation, right? So that's what can be achieved through AI. So we can also have intelligent personal assistant, right? So these are some of the applications, right? So we can see how these applications will make your life or your business success a great success. Okay, because machines has a capability to process millions of transactions per second, and that is so powerful, right? But many times, some task, if I want to make to be done by the machine, right? So we need to feel some intelligence and get our work done. Okay, there are complex algorithms, mathematical functions, statistical modeling, right? And we apply the intelligence to perform these tasks, and we can make some decisions about any condition or about any data which is historical data. So AI works on data, guys, right? AI systems are data hungry systems. And why this is becoming so popular today, why not 10 years ago, or why not after 5 years? Because why today it is too popular, so popular, that a lot of people are talking about AI, a lot of companies are talking about AI, because there is an explosion in the data now. A lot of data is available. Okay, a lot of compute is available. Okay, when I say compute, I recall a law given by Gordon Murray, right? So he has predicted that the number of transistors, okay, gets double every 2 years. Okay, and hence the processing speed, the amount of memory, and the personal computer's power, in short. Okay, and there is no recession for that, right? See here, there's exponential growth, right? So every time we saw the innovation there, every time a chip holds more transistors, chip holds more power, more processing, right? And now we have a huge processing power available on everybody's laptop these days, right? So there's a huge data available. Again, another important aspect of AI. Okay, it works with data, not with anything else, right? It is a data hungry system, right? Now you have data for 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, 40 years data is available now, that we can actually make some sense bring some sense out of that data. Okay, there are more investments, there are more algorithmic progress we see, right? And that is one of the reason that we are seeing that there is a lot of demand for AI these days. Okay, so this is just my focus was just to make you understand the basic overview of AI, right? How AI will help you, right? How AI is a part of your your day-to-day life today, right? So how machine learning is a part of AI, because we put some algorithmic intelligence into machine through machine learning, right? And deep learning is again a AI based technique. It's an algorithm for AI. I mean, actually the process of learning is called the deep learning, and algorithm is called artificial neural network. So ANN, artificial neural network, image processing, that is convolutional neural network. So these are the algorithms we use for building your AI system, right, along with some of the statistical modeling, that is machine learning, right? So we use these different techniques to build a system which is a artificially intelligent system, right? So this session was just to focus just to give you idea about an overview on artificial intelligence. So to deep dive into each of the concept I'm talking about, right, we have separate videos for the same. Thank you for watching.